Yeah, we find her, that beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. So it goes so, the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes, I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us on your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty who's worth of a lady. It's nice but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. Within it took a long fine eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. It was right at the bus station. I'm trying to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so tough. I felt this sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. And now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, a killing eye. I found me a beautiful girl.
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe, shaped like a Coke bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty, I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk, she must be from a planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger, we look good together. Take your place in my heart with your beauty, I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
Such the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows, all I kept on saying is wow. Your beauty shines and breeze at night, all I really want in my life. Oh yeah, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes, I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine, I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, killing thigh. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl, more beautiful girl. Yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money, you seen her? Hot Ice, have you seen her? LP, have you seen her? I'm gonna go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look,
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time, I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace of her presents and gifts, call me Santa. Claus, I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me Aston Kutcher, I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes, I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine, I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes,
touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola. But I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Good to see you. Chinye, D-Love, good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome back. How's everybody doing? Hit that like button as you're coming in. You guys probably already did that. Today we see Oyinbo people on the thumbnail, right? So you can see that. It doesn't matter. We're here for a business. Let's get to the business. How's everybody doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back. Let's just do some house rules before we get into it. Hit that like button, like I said, share and subscribe. Let's get into it. We have a lot of ground to cover today. We're gonna cover some stories that we've kind of missed over the past few days, give my commentaries on them, and then at the top of the hour we will get into the Jonas and what's her name, Sophie story, Joe and Sophie story. We're gonna extract 5 predicaments that will basically happen to divorce and how to, when there's divorce, and how to prevent them. We're going to talk about that. All right. Now, with that being said, I have an announcement to make. But first of all, welcome back. Shout out to all our sponsors: Richie, Natu, Adesua, Film Girl, Open Floor by Tima, Sheo Mama, Gorex Corner, D Love. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for always supporting and share. Please continue to share this platform. We have a lot of work to do. Real work, okay, not just cruise. You know, everybody's just, majority of people are here for the cruise. That's the honest truth. But we have some real work to do. There's a pandemic out there, and we want to start catching it as soon as possible. As a matter of fact, over the past few days, because of my continuous saying people don't have the skills, people don't know what they're doing, you know, quite a few people have come to my DM, and we have been able to get them on our coaching program, and that kind of woke us up. You know, instead of waiting till December, we're going to do a pre-launch. Okay, we're going to do a pre-launch of our coaching and counseling program. So I'm going to be announcing that in a few minutes, but first of all, my name is Ola. Okay, I'm coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios in the heart of New Jersey. All right, so we come here to talk about relationships, but I focus on your power. Okay, we focus on empowering you. We focus on self-awareness. We focus on seduction and attraction, ethical seduction. Okay, we focus on emotional intelligence, social intelligence, things like that. You know, skills that the reality is that majority of people don't have them. You know, so it's no wonder why all those common sense stuff is falling apart. But that's what we're here to talk about. If you haven't downloaded the book yet, you can download them for free. You can download at least one of them right now for free. This one will be out December 30. Okay, will be available then. But you can download the existing one, the 5-year-old book, The Testimony of My Wife and I. You can download that from loveandprestige.com. Okay. All right. So the other announcement that I have also is coaching and counseling is now available at www.counseling99.com. Now, let me tell you, there are 2 reasons why there's 99, because there's always room for improvement. Okay, but this is not your typical counseling. Okay, let me just warn you right now. This is not, let me sign up for 1 hour and then suddenly all the troubles of my life are fixed. No, this is not one of those. Okay, this is a coaching program. This is Counseling Pro Max. This is 4 weeks intensive and ongoing support, okay, for your romantic life. That's what this is about. And now you get both of us. You get my wife, you get myself, you get perspective from both genders, because I don't know if you guys can smell it. Sometimes you find out that I'm still a man. I will remain a man. Okay, so the same thing for the other side. You need both perspectives. You also need people with experience. Okay, so this is not just your typical, you plug into something for 1 hour, you go there to argue, and then it's over. This is for you. This is for you personally, so that you can gain the skill set that you need. So that's number one reason why it's 99, why it says 99. The second reason why it says 99 is because it's actually $99, okay? But it's a monthly membership, okay? Now you can cancel anytime, obviously. And then also it's a 30 days money back guarantee. So I'm not sure if there's any programs out there where they guarantee money back, but there you have it, okay? But you'll be seeing us doing more, making more noise about it. You'll see it everywhere, but it's called counseling99.com. Now, the other side of things also is that maybe you don't need it. Maybe you know someone that needs it. So we do have a referral program. If you refer a person to this particular program, you get $10. They get $10 off their first month. Okay. So that's all I can tell you for now, but just know that it's already available. Now, if you go to that particular domain and it doesn't open, that's because there was a mistake. They missed the N. So that has been fixed. That might take up to 24 hours before it's fixed. Just remove the N in counseling and go to www.counseling.net.com and it will take you inside. But anyway, that's that for now. Just wanted to bring you up to speed. But anyway, welcome Chinye, welcome D-Love. Good to see you. Hit that like button as you're coming in. Hit that like button, okay? So, we're still going to catch cruise, okay? We're still going to have fun talking about some of this stuff, right? Trending topics and all this kind of stuff. But I'm going to try my best to kind of stay focused, because this is not about going viral. This is about helping people with their relationships. So oftentimes you will see me kind of pivot back. I might drift off a little bit. I'll pivot back because I want to make sure that we don't lose the sense of what we're here to do, which is to help all of us improve in communication, improve in conflict resolution, improve and get better experience when it comes to romance. Okay, because that's not really going anywhere. Everybody is trying to pretend oh yeah, we don't need yeah, right. We need each other, okay? And I'm not talking about your siblings or the people you work with. I'm talking about Kiriwa Weiss. You're gonna keep doing it, so you better know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, the courts are not going out of business anytime soon, okay? And if you think $99 is too expensive, you go check out how much it costs to go through divorce, okay? Not just financially, by the way. But yes, that's that for now. So we are going to dive into some of the topics that we've missed over the past few days. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Thank you so much as you're coming in. Let's ping everyone else into the room. And if you're watching this on replay later on, let me know in the comment. Just say replay gang. Natu is very good at that. All right. So now what do we have today? We have a few topics to cover. I'm going to be covering some stuff from Instablog Niger. I'm going to cover some stuff that I've had on my content schedule, okay? And then we're going to get to it. And oh yeah, I'm still looking for today's sponsor of the show. All right, so remember, okay, I'm going to have to just gain some courage and keep remembering, if you come to any show that you feel like you're getting value from, bring $1, okay? Bring $1. That's all it takes. All right, so we can ginger everybody else. All right. Now, with that being said, we're going to get into today's business. We're going to have some fun. Let's see. Oh my God. The first thing we should cover is probably do some update on Mobad. That's what we should do. Yep. Let's get some update on that, and then we'll get to some of the other stories that we have going on. I'll be right back. All right. All right. So let's see. We've got Mohbad to cover. Oh my God, there's so much that has happened since the last time we covered this. I'm just gonna take maybe about 10 minutes to go through some of the updates, and then we'll talk about it. Right? Obviously, Nigerians are undefeated when it comes to this kind of stuff. Oh my show. Nigerians are undefeated. Nigerians have turned this to some kind of another sport that they can laugh about, they can smile about. You have the likes of there's the whole thing with the DNA thing. I did a video on the DNA thing. That video did actually very well on the DNA thing. Did you guys see the video on the DNA stuff that I did? You know, it looks like a majority of people that saw that are not our regulars, right? Let me see here, refresh. Yes, so many things has happened since then. Mohbad is a young man who passed away on September 12th. He was 27 years old. He's one of the most celebrated upcoming Afrobeat artists, and sadly he passed away. But also sadly, there's a lot of allegations around bullying. He had been bullied for a long time. Maybe since February 2022, he had been bullied by his ex, allegedly by his ex record label president, who is another artist, quite celebrated by Nigerians up to recently, Naira Marley, right? And then also by another person that's been accused of being a part of bullying him was an alleged street thug, Sam Larry, right? So that's another person that also was accused of that. And now they started to, in the last 24 hours, they started to make some statements. You know, Sam Larry apparently came back to Instagram after demonetizing, after deactivating his account for a while. And Naira Marley is also making a statement. Okay. So, but the reality is that many people still don't believe them. The investigation is still ongoing. Hit that like button if you're just coming in. Hit that like button. Thank you for coming here. Okay. The investigation is still ongoing. All right. So yeah, we should talk a little bit about let's talk a little bit about Mohbad. Mohbad is he seemed like he had a very promising life, but you know, he also seemed like he had engaged in bad gang. That's the reality that a lot of people are not talking about. He was engaged in Malian music is bad gang. I mean, let's just call that what it is, okay? From all indications at this point in time, Malian music might as well be called a bad gang, right? There's allegations of drug dealings, allegations of a lot of cult activities. Now, Naira Marley has debunked that in the last 24 hours. They said he's not involved in any of that kind of stuff, right? But you know, in their lyrics, they celebrate this kind of stuff, and the last time we checked, whenever they celebrate this kind of stuff, it tends to be some kind of truth to it, right? It tends to be some kind of truth to it. But yes, this is Mohbad right here, just in case you didn't know who Mohbad was. This is him. And let's do some quick updates. Let me see. Chinye said I did. So you saw that video, right? The whole DNA saga. They want to do DNA. People start asking for DNA. It's just a bunch of people who are traumatized, who are reflecting on other people, on this guy's story with their own story. That's what I see with that. A lot of people are scared shitless that a woman is going to commit paternity fraud against that. I can understand that, but again, you got to be guarded when it comes to these issues. Public issues and stuff like this, you know, you cloud up your judgment because you can't. It's lack of self-awareness. You got to be able to look at things objectively to an extent, okay? Not absolutely. We're all human beings, right? But to an extent, look at things objectively. Like, why are we talking about DNA? You're not going to be the one to teach the police to do DNA test of the son if it comes down to it. But that's not the question that is being asked. That's not the question, you know. But yeah, Dealer says disgusting how some people are trying to catch cruise on this very sad, painful issue. I know. To be honest with you, I kind of backed off of it a little bit because I'm like, Good evening, Felicia. Good to see you. Yeah, it's a bunch of people projecting. Yes, including the women too. A lot of women are actually projecting too because, you know what? You hear things like, well, if she has nothing to hide, why not just do it? That's, oh God. Yeah. If you have nothing to hide, why not just allow people to just randomly come and pick you up and arrest you just because, like, even if the case said nothing about you? Makes no sense. Okay, it's a terrible way of thinking. Okay, but a lot of people are thinking that way. I'm thinking about 50-50. Some people say yes, do it. Some people say don't do it. I'm like, anyway, it's possible that the case can get there and she becomes a suspect. If she becomes a suspect and they kind of link it to paternity, or there's any reasons why they feel the need, they will do it. It doesn't have to be something that people are catching or a bunch of lame people are catching crews with. I bet you those fools have not asked their wives to do DNA. Yeah, they're again, this is something they wish they could do. So, like, you know what? Let's see if there's another opportunity to add to the 30% of the DNA test, paternity test that comes back as negative. It's fantasy, right? You know, so silently, subconsciously, they wish another story would keep coming up like that. The reality is that it's 30%, according to the report that I haven't actually seen anywhere. But according to the report, 30% of all actual tests that were done, not 30% of the population or children, right? So, but we move. Chinya says they're claiming that they want to know to ensure that money will be sent to a child that is Mohbad's child. Yeah, those people don't want to send any money. They're full of shit, you know. Anyway, people saying that does not have intentions of, no, of course not. But anyway, let's do some quick updates. I'm just going to talk about some quick updates. Again, Naira Marley came out and is claiming that he never orchestrated any attack on Mohbad. Okay, and but since it came out, some people started digging some Mohbad's tweets. There's some tweets here from Mohbad apparently. This was from June, not June. Is this 6/10/2022 or 10/6? I'm confused. I don't know. It's either June 10th or October 6th. Anyway, depending on who took the screenshot. The events of the last 2 days have left indelible scars in my heart. This is Mohbad from last year. These are some of his tweets. I've always just wanted to create good music and to provide for my family and myself through my music. As an artist from the street, I thought the Malian Malian music would be a good place for me. Okay, so what did I say earlier? He joined the bad gang. Okay, your environment affects your productivity in all types of ways. That's just the reality. Okay, no matter how good you are as a person, no matter how you try to be a good person, right, no matter how much you try to move a straight line, your environment is more of a factor in the result you create, in your outcome, in the life you live, in how productive you become in anything in life. Okay, so however, recent events and certain truths have come to light which threaten my peace, health, and career. Because of these issues, I informed Naira Marley on the Malian WhatsApp group chat. It's a chat group of my intention to change my manager. This didn't go down well with my current manager, Tunde, his brother. Okay, this is a guy that Naira Marley came back and denounced, said, it's not my brother. It's not my brother. There were instant angry outbursts and protests from him in the chat. I went to Naira Marley's house with my producer and my friend on the 4th of October. Okay, so this is gotta be October. This is October 6th. Right, so 2 days after he went there, that's when he's putting the tweet out there. I went there on 4th of October to have this conversation and reach a peaceful resolution. We were in the studio and some of the guys who work with Naira, Sid, Shudi, Shei, and others were present, as well as Naira and Tunde. I noticed Tunde was quite agitated as we started the discussion. In the middle of the conversation, Tunde became violent. attacked me. The guys I was with were also attacked, humiliated, and stripped naked by Sid. Did you guys know this part? It's crazy. Stripped naked. Somebody's son, somebody's father. All right. That's not far-fetched. That's very possible. Let's continue, right? Shudi and Shei and some of the other boys who were barely able to escape. 3 of us had to be checked into the hospital to get medical care for the injuries sustained during the assault. Naira Marley was fully present throughout this event and in fact coordinated some of the attack as he instructed the boys to beat us up. Some of this was captured on video. It is therefore disrespectful for Naira Marley to insinuate that I started the attack because I have decided to speak no further on this, however, and will let this matter be handled going forward by my representatives. I will focus on getting back my full strength and sound health so that I can continue to tell my... Okay? And this was the video that were, okay, they're blurring it now, so that's good. Okay? Some of the videos that we've seen before, right? It's being posted here on Instablog Nigeria. So that's some of the update. Naira Marley said he didn't, but Nigerians are pulling up some of the tweets. Again, these are just his words before he passed away against Naira Marley's at this point. That's why the police is doing investigations, right? So also some representatives have Nigerian House of Reps. Okay, actually we're talking about people in government now. Elected government officials are now making the move to protect his royalties and music rights. Okay, so they said they've invited NCC. They said NCC is Nigeria Copyright Commission, which is good to know, right? They're saying must put measures in place immediately to protect the rights of Mohbad's songs and lyrics, addressing copyright infringements and ensuring the proper management of his musical assets while securing his son's benefits. So imagine if the government now says, oh, before we can secure, we need to do DNA of the test. The guy never argued if that's his child or not when he was alive. So imagine if the government says, well, before we get, see how the government is talking is because there are structures in place to already adjust for that. If a man, when he was alive, never questioned his DNA, you sound lame if you're asking for the DNA, just so you know. All right. So they are protecting him in that light. That's good to know. All right. The other thing here is let me see. Like I said, Sam Larry came back to the internet. Okay, but they're saying that as of Friday, by Friday, that Lagos State Judiciary will begin the coroner's inquest on Friday. So I'm guessing they will start digging into what caused his death. They will begin coroner's inquest into the death of Lagos-based musician Ilerioluwa Aloba Mohbad to ascertain the cause of his death. This will start. That's Friday, right? Friday. Yep. This is contained in a letter by the Chief Coroner of the State, Justice Mojisola Dada. The letter, dated September 26, was sent to the office of Falana and Falana Chambers. I am glad to know that SAN Falana is the one handling this, Mr. Femi Falana. I am very happy. I don't know, for some reason I just feel more comfortable with this guy handling it, right? All right, so that's another update right there. That's good to know. All right, then also this guy right here came out and he wanted to also have an opinion. Tonto DK's ex, Olakunle Churchill. Blackmailers and bullies are worse than witches and wizards. This is another form of shalaye, nothing else. I can smell it already. Let's go. Pretty Mike of Lagos. Who's that supposed to be, like Sanwo-Olu? Is one of the smartest people I know in the industry. He literally took words out of my mouth with this post. As we're seeking justice for Mohbad, let's stop being cyber bullies ourselves. You cannot accuse social media of cyber bullying. It's a losing battle. Okay? If about 50% of the people have a certain type of opinion, you can't just turn around and say that's cyberbullying. They have an opinion that's just different from yours. That's all, right? You just happen to be on the wrong side of history. Let's say for some reason everything comes out right now, and Naira Marley and Sam Larry is exonerated. You still can't hold the social media accountable, right? And it seems like these people are completely disconnected from reality, right? There's no difference between cyber bullies and the alleged perpetrators of the attack. There is massive difference. Somebody sitting behind their keyboard trolling is different from somebody bullying a person with street thugs on the street, beating them to the point that they potentially lost their life. That is weird. If you don't see the insensitivity in saying that, that's weird at best. Okay, blackmailers and bullies, but hey, you know, what do you expect from these guys? You know, just another lame, another day. Anyway, why are they lame? They don't know how this game works. Lack of game. Okay, this game does not care about your emotions. Even when you camouflage and claim that it's the other side that is emotionally blackmailing you. Okay, it's actually you that you're doing it, and your results will tell on you at some point. Okay. All right. So a lot of people, Auntie Kemi has been attacking. There's some rumors about some DNA test that was done in Dubai. Some weird rumors that Sam Larry might have actually fathered Mohbad's son. Okay. I'm just gonna leave there. See how stupid that sounds? Let's just leave it alone. And then some of these rumors were pushed by Auntie Kemi Olun lawyer. It sounds even more stupider, right? Let's just leave it alone, okay? But that's some of the updates. Some of the other lames that we have here is Pastor Tunde Bakari. Okay, he said Mohbad reaped the reward of his action. All right, when I started this, I did say he joined bad gang. I didn't say he reaped the reward of his actions. Right? I talked about your environment is everything. If you're going to choose a label to sign up with, if you're going to choose a company to work with, if you're going to choose environment to work in, you need to understand that that's going to be a significant factor in what kind of results you create, your productivity. It's quite different from when this man here, this man that will never become president of Nigeria, Pastor Tunde Bakari, is quite different from him saying something to the effect that he reaped the reward of his actions. I'm not even going to worry too much about why he said that. Let's just leave it alone. So what do you mean? You don't even know if he's innocent. I already said that. It's not necessarily innocent, but damn. Terrible. Anyway, I'll leave that alone. That's just another update. The sister of Mohbad's mother came out and she claimed that he was never abandoned. I kind of had room for that. I had room for that possibility that, okay, they were separated and she kind of left. And she said that she left her sister left 2 children out of 3 with the father. And at the age of 12 or something like that. Again, this is Nigeria. This is Ikorodu. So I don't know what people expect from these people. Anyway, there's a lady called Auntie Tone. Okay, I'm gonna end with this, and then we'll come to more important updates later on. Okay, there's a lady called Tone. Hey, Nigerians. It's not just Nigerians, by the way. As you can see, we're going to talk about Oyinbo people today. It's the same problems everywhere. I keep telling you. That's precisely why I'm covering that Oyinbo story today. Okay, it's the same problems everywhere. The epidemic is everywhere, if not worse than the Western world. Okay, but anyway, let me play this for you. First of all, play the sister for you. Okay, and then we'll take it from there. Let's see.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n dàtí ló wá mi wá ní ọjọ́ yẹn jọjọ Sunday.
His dad's
ṣùgbọ́n mo ti gbàgbé yí ẹ̀yẹn.
older brother.
ṣùgbọ́n ọmọ mi tí n bá sọ yí ẹ̀yẹn fún ó máa rántí first.
This is the mom's sister. This is
one
Mohbad's
wà ní
auntie.
bí 1.5 years or 2 years. Ẹ̀gbọ́n dàtí yẹn wá àbúrò ni wọ́n gbé wá kí mi. Ó ṣàtì àtàntẹ́ ni wọ́n ti lọ wọ́n tún wá padà wá. Ìgbà tí wọ́n padà wá wọ́n wá sọ pé ẹ̀mí Ọlọ́run torí ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run ni wọ́n wá ní ẹ̀mí Ọlọ́run ló jẹ́ kí àwọn nísìmí kan ní pé káwọn sọ̀rọ̀ kan fún mi. Wọ́n wá bẹ̀ mí pé tí mo bá ti lóyún lé ọmọ ẹ̀ torí pé ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀yẹn ó kéré.
Listen, I already gave you the gist on this one. Let me just go ahead and show you the other ones. But before I get into that, hold on one second. Let's see. Okay. All right, I'm going to play this auntie for you in a second. Before again, that Natu says, "Wallahi, if not my brother, I dare the person you go come chop sand." Auntie Kemi said the child looks like Sam Larry. Sam Larry, no fair now. I thought Sam Larry looks like a bleaches anyway, right? Baba na Caro White ambassador. Who go help me tell her? Is that what that means? Someone that bleach? These people, man. Anyway, let me play this other auntie for you. Jésù ọba yìí.
Onímájẹ̀mú ní ìdòwòlé ìwọ́dà.
Ọlọ́run kú
Ẹni
sùúrù.
tó sinmi lé májẹ̀mú tó sì fi májẹ̀mú dá májẹ̀mú. Of the whole earth, I pray, Lord, begin to destroy them in the name of Jesus. Begin to destroy them in the name of Jesus. Begin to destroy them in the name of Jesus. Alágbára, Ọlọ́run àwọn wòlíì mo bẹ̀ ọ́. Ọlọ́run àwọn wòlíì mo bẹ̀ ọ́. Ọlọ́run ìfẹ́ láti tàṣì mo bẹ̀ ọ́. Ọlọ́run adébísí ìwọ́dà.
All right, so I'm not gonna waste too much time on this auntie. Her name is Tone. She's an influencer online. She says she has been talking to Mohbad, and Mohbad has been sharing a lot of secrets. That is not what people think. Basically, let me just round it up for you. Okay, she has been chasing clouds all week long. Maybe this was posted 4 days ago. In the past 4 days, this auntie has been chasing clouds with this guy's name, claiming that he has been talking to her. I don't know. Listen. Oh God. Oh Lord. It's a lot. Okay. Let's just stay up to date on Friday. Okay. The Friday, the real thing that we need to stay up to date with will continue. Another person that also decided to come for Mohbad's legacy is Dedenen. This guy Speedality, right? It's a clown, okay? But listen to this.
Somebody come to my...
Let me show you.
Make sure your son is... Make sure you produce a beast. Do not produce a weakling. I saw too many videos of man. If any, he goes like this. If anything happens to me like this, now Mali and his boy, so if anything, and they look at me and say, see this weakling. First,
all right,
you
get the gist. Okay, that was him calling Mohbad a weakling because he was running for his life. But then Nigerians went back and dug up his video. Okay, watch this.
I go come outside. I go come outside. I go come outside. Hey, relax.
Some people were trying to break into his door while he was in Nigeria. And he was scared shitless. And Nigerians found this evidence. We don't have to explain anymore, right? This is one of my friends here actually saying, no need to explain, evidence plenty. He's sweating. He's sweating.
Enough now, but why not won't open my door? All the assault I've been going through since morning, you still won't break my door. Somebody come to my aid, man.
Somebody come to my aid,
I go come outside. I go come outside. I go come outside. Hey, relax. I go come down.
I don't tell you. I couldn't talk like normal guy. Come outside now, or yes, if I enter inside the come cash.
I go come outside. Relax.
We have to come outside.
Make a beat. You see what you see? Enough now, but why not won't open my door? All the assault I've been going through since morning, you still won't break my door. Somebody come to my aid, man.
Somebody come to my aid, man. Now, while he was saying weak link, you can see that street. He was on the streets of New York saying that. Okay. Everyone is wiser when it's not their story. That's the reality. Okay. They think they kind of know what is going on in 2D. The only link they have to the story is actually all 2Ds, just from a screen somewhere, not even 3D, right? But you know, we move, Sha. You know, may God help everybody while they're running their mouth. That's let's just leave that at that. But yes, let's cover that's some updates. The more important update again is that Mohbad's they will start getting some hearings starting on Friday. Okay. Chinye says Fidelity need to shut correct shit. I see someone calling person weakling or dead. I'm so glad they dug this mess. Yeah, this is the internet. The internet never forgets. Yep. So anyway, let's cover some other stories today before we get into the main topic of the day. Let's cover some other stories. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Hit that like button as you're coming in. Thank you so much. Hit that like button. There's this story on Instablog Nigeria too that was posted earlier on today. I thought we should get into that as well. Let's talk about it. I saw this story. Some mother of 3. Let me show you. I'll show you. I'll just make show you. Yeah, I'm gonna read to you. Okay. There you go. Boom. I'm gonna read it to you. It says mother of 3 reportedly kills her 65 years old husband with a, is that a pestle, like a modo, like pestle? Is that what that is? I think that's what that is, right? Like mortal and pestle, right? That's what they call them, right? I forgot. I think I'm trying to remember something. With whatever that is, over a minor argument. Okay, a mother of 3, Mrs. Taye Lulu Solomon, has reportedly sent her 65-year-old husband, Felix Solomon, to the great beyond using a pestle, in Ondo State. Hey, Ondo is too far. Jesus. According to the state-owned newspaper, the incident occurred at GRA in Ondo Town at the weekend. It was gathered that the couple had been having a lingering crisis, and the woman had threatened to kill him. The son of the deceased, Ikbukun Solomon, who witnessed the incident, said his mother killed his father in his sleep. Jesus Christ. After a minor argument, my mother killed my father with a pestle in my presence and took to her heels. She used the pestle to hit his head when he was asleep, he narrated. Earlier on the fateful day, a minor argument had ensued between them that resulted in a fight. After the fight, my father went to lie on the chair and my mother hit his head with the pestle. He became unconscious in the process and fell down from where he was sleeping. My mother used the pestle to hit my mother's head 3 times and he later died. When my mother saw that my father was already unconscious, she hid the pistol at the back of our house and ran away. Hid at the back of the house, okay? Continues, I alerted some of the residents who rushed my father to the hospital, but he later died. His corpse has been deposited at the morgue. My mother had 3 children for my father, and I'm the last child. It is reported that the deceased was on the floor of the house when the people of the community arrived at the scene and they called the police for help. It was further gathered that the deceased had planned to report the woman to her family before she sent him to his grave. A member of the deceased family said they were making efforts to settle the incessant fight between the couple before tragedy struck. Okay, so they had issues before. The source revealed that was not the first time such face-off would occur between the couple, and family will settle it amicably. There's patterns. There's always patterns. For the most part, okay, there's exception to every rule. There's that situation where you didn't see it coming, but for the most part, there's issues, right? The woman had been threatening to kill her husband whenever they were fighting. Jesus. And the deceased informed us about the threats, but we never knew she would carry out the act. But this time, she took laws into our own hands, and killed our brother for nothing. She must be arrested and prosecuted accordingly. Okay, that's the picture they put up there on the internet. Okay. All right, so what do I have to say? Let me first of all come to the chat. These people, man. Oh. A couple of things came to mind when I saw this, okay? Now, whenever people end up in this kind of predicament, speaking of predicament, we're going to talk about 5 nasty divorce predicaments in a minute, okay? Whenever people find themselves in this kind of place, there's usually patterns. It's been patterns, it's been, But when I saw this, a couple of things came to mind. The primary thing that came to mind is the people that tend to say, our mothers, this will never happen. Is this modern women? I'm like, no, stop the cap. Okay, stop the cap. None of these issues that's happening with marriages and relationships has anything to do with outside of trying to address the issue from a cultural standpoint. The underlying issue, these issues are everywhere.
Stop the cap.
These issues are everywhere. Okay, it's just they show up differently, they look differently, so you kind of have to understand people's culture and differences before you can help them address the issue. If you're missing certain context, you can't help people. That's why a lot of people also struggle with some of the counseling out there. A lot of people are engaging people that don't really understand their background, their cultural background, their religion, nuances and context, and then when they leave that one, they go to the extreme. They go to a YouTube channel where somebody is generalizing, right? So these are some of the problems. But the issue, if these people in their old age, if they don't know how to behave in a romantic relationship, so what do you think they taught the people in the next generation, right? They probably, the best they can teach them is that, traditional, just stay if you just do the traditional things, submit to your husband, and then the husband, the husband doesn't have to do anything because it's the man of the house, right? That's probably the best thing they can share, right? With regards to relationships and romantic relationships especially, right? So it makes, when you see this kind of thing, and by the way, in Nigeria, especially in the third world countries, for everyone like this that makes it to the news, there's about 1,000 ones that doesn't have any coverage, right? Or more, right? That there's no coverage. Okay? So if somebody, we've been hearing that for all our lives. Since childhood. There are women that the whole world can see, like, this person is a firecracker. One day they're gonna commit the ultimate, right? So I just want to tell you again, I'm going to bring it back home. We're getting more intelligent. We're leaving relationships, romantic relationships behind. And if anybody who keeps doing that, they will collect. Okay, we're getting more intelligent in everything else. Okay, and then we're leaving relationships, romantic relationships especially, we're leaving it behind. And we're blaming things like marriage or the easiest thing to point finger at Western world. We're blaming all those kind of stuff. You collect, okay? Because that's your shadow. You still want to sleep with people. You still want to have sex. You want to have children. Okay, you don't want to have children, but you will have children by mistake. Okay, you fall on kwekus and bolas by mistake. Okay, and then you collect. So that's crazy. Chia says, my goodness. PS2 for mortar, right? I'm correct, right? Yes, thank you. Yes, crazy. This will traumatize him for the rest of their life. Yeah. Imagine that kind of guy. His own mother, he saw his mother did that, and he can say, like, I've been seeing this coming, and he's saying, my mother did this, right? He's gonna have a hard time, right? He's gonna have a hard time. Yeah, so this is how people's eyes will clear eventually. But yeah, let me move on to the next story so we can cover some more grounds before we get into the main story. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. All right, welcome back. There's a story I want to cover. From shout out to On Your Coffee Break. She left a statement earlier, and I thought I should just share it. I don't do enough of it. A lot of you guys leave comments and stuff like that. But thank God for our intro. I cover a lot of the intro. And D-Love, did you notice I already had it already? Did you notice the very first one? I had your comment on the intro. So I just wanted to let you know that I did that. But I want to say shout out to On Your Coffee Break. She has, I thought she was, I guess she's not. I'm not sure. Let me see. Copy email address. Let's do this. Okay, all right. Let's do this. So this, I'm gonna use her thingy right here. This is On Your Coffee Break. She's one of us. She's part of the Prestige family. But she left a comment. She said, "Thanks MOP for this analysis." This is about the session we did yesterday, right? About the Ellen story and and Ellen and Isaac, right? But she left a somewhat of a testimony / comment, and I thought this would be a good one to read out loud in this segment. Okay, she said, "Thanks MOP for this analysis. I believe this guy and the lady are both good people." What guy or lady is she talking about? So Ellen and Isaac's story. Ellen is basically she came out a few days ago, and she accused her husband of locking her up in a psychiatric home, and she put a bunch of accusations. He doesn't cook for her. He's a cheater. He left her hanging while she was in labor for their children. She had seen shege in that marriage. 3 years marriage. They were married since 2020. So then Isaac was called upon during the live show with Auntie B, and then he came to give his side of the story. And we kind of analyzed that yesterday, and we concluded that it was just a lot of shalaye. It's not necessarily outright lying, but the fact that he would just come out on public platform and be so focused on calling out the lies of his wife, who is still in the hospital receiving psychiatric treatment, is telltale signs that he didn't know what he was doing in that relationship. So that's the story that On Your Coffee Break is talking about. And she said, "I believe this guy and the lady are both good people," right? We always talk about that. Like, I believe anybody who thinks they're a good guy, good girl, I believe you, right? "We all went into marriage with high mushy expectations." Don't we all do? We all do, right? Everybody that says I do, they don't know what they're doing. There are so many factors that played into this situation. I hope they get good and experienced people to help them. Yes, I hope so too. Take them off the social media and offer them proper help. When I had my own mental breakdown, see, I always appreciate it when people are able to give some specific examples, right? Because we don't have a lot of it. We really don't, okay? The social media is booming, big time, audience engagement everywhere, mostly from generalizations and oversimplifications of very complex issues, right? So it gets worse. It only gets worse when people do that. And the reality is that we all generalize, right? But we have to start pushing back a little bit, ask people for specifics. So the fact that she's going into something personal, I can appreciate that. And I'm reading it because she left it as a public comment. Take them off the social media and offer them. When I had my own mental breakdown, I was on a highway with 3 kids in the car. On a highway with 3 kids in the car, driving at 120 kilometers per hour. That sounds like 100 miles per hour. I am a nurse and I know what was going on. Wow. I drove myself to my doctor. I was put on antidepressants right away. I started counseling that same week. These people need help. This couple needs help. They need to come off the social media though. It will not help them. Right? We will all judge them, judge their actions, and make the matter worse. Yes. Social media. That's a fact. If it happens the way the guy narrated, I would have taken her to the hospital. It would be so wrong for him not to take her to the hospital. It will actually be wrong to not take her to the hospital. Right? Remember we kept saying, I forgot the language they use. Was it deceptive? Did it deceive her to take her to the hospital? Did she think it? I told you yesterday, it doesn't matter. I'm going to get her to the hospital. I can't take any chances. And that's precisely because of what she just said. I do agree with her that it would be completely wrong if you don't do what you have today to get that kind of person that's been moving like that or acting that way like they're not themselves, to not get them to the hospital and basically take chances. The only other reason I can think of to take chances is, let's just do the right thing. Let's tell her the truth. And then, in this is one of those cases, selective honesty. Okay, it's actually not selective honesty. You're actually being honest with yourself. You don't take a chance on this kind of stuff. This is your family. Get them to help. Okay, so I just thought that was a very, very good testimony. I wanted to read that out loud and to make some highlights of that. They need help. All right. Very good people, very good people. Even if you and I disagree with them that they are not good people, they think they are good people, they end up in divorce courts. Okay, usually at least one side feels like, I'm a good guy, I don't belong here. Right? If you think the other person is evil, the other person is at least innocent, right, in the eyes of somebody, right? But they end up in divorce court. They end up having a broken home. They end up with all the damages that comes with breakfast. So anything we can do, not to prevent the past, but to create better experiences in the future, that's what we're going to keep doing when it comes to this kind of topics. But I wanted to make sure I cover that today from the On Your Coffee break. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Let's see if we can touch one more story before we get into the main topic of the day. Are there any good women left? Are there any good women left? Somebody was asking this question. I think it was on TikTok. Are there any good women left? But let me see if I can. Yeah, let me pull this video up and let's talk about it, right? Shall we? Oh, it's somebody that you guys know, because we covered him here before. But let's hear it.
Talking about these modern day women, especially the Western women, they will come out and say, I don't talk about women with respect. Meanwhile, several good women are clicking likes and commenting seriously because all I'm talking about does not apply to them. These modern day women are like birds. Love them, cage them, protect them, feed them, keep them in the house, do all manners of good things for them. They still want to fly away because they have tasted different kind of fruits before you catch them, and that is where the problem lies. Imagine Steve Harvey, who is one of the top relationship coach experts we have in the world today. He has divorced twice. He is on the verge of the third divorce now. At the age of 64, the wife Marjorie have filed divorce, demanding $200 million from him, being the half net worth of Steve Harvey. Meanwhile, the crazy part is the earlier wives are coming for him, claiming he cheated with Marjorie when he was married to those ones. And that is where the problem lies. I just hope this is not the end of Steve Harvey. And the problem is because he is emotional about these women more than being realistic with them. You can imagine his Western problem. The same kind of divorce happened to Bill Gates. Jeff Bezos, Hakimi, Johnny Depp, Ashley Cole, Gerard Piqué, and a whole lot of other great men.
Jada Piqué.
If you think deeply about this divorce, it's linked to two causes. Number one, women's right is the freedom to do whatever they want, and they are going to do a whole lot of disgusting things. And number two, divorce is profitable to women. You really need to go and check the top 10 richest women in the world. About 8 of them become multi-billionaires through divorce. And that is the system the government creates in the West, destroying great men. For you people living in the West, if you are manipulated to go and sign up under that system, you are in marital jail.
It's a lie.
You need to think about it. And that is why the Western men are not getting married anymore. Come to think of this, did you really wonder why this kind of divorce doesn't happen in the Arabian world and the rest of the world? It is because they are fully aware that women are need to show the two sides of masculine energy. And that is when she is doing the wrong thing, scold her. If you is doing the right thing, love her, show her affection, praise her. And that is true. But in the West, you dare not show the other side. My dear brother, these are the 5 moral lessons I want you to grab in this video. Number 1, money cannot buy a woman. It can only attract them. You need to act smart. Number 2, sex cannot keep a man. He can enjoy it and still dump you. Your loyalty, your behavior, your empathy will do more than the sex will do for you. Number 3, everything that guilt us are not good. Number 4, the women's right is the license for women to do all manners of disgusting things in the West. Think deeply. Number 5, this is for you guys living in the West. It is stupid to lose your hard-earned money to disloyal woman. And that is why you really need to plan ahead of time. Don't get manipulated to go and get married under Western law or go and sign up. My dear brother, just pray you are not successful. Once you are successful, you know what is coming for you. Because divorce is profitable to women. Only few of them are good women. Majority of them are product of single mother with no future plan with you. You need to act smart. Be the real man. May God bless you. Not apply to them.
All right. So let's take it one by one. How much time do we have? We have some time. Okay, let's take it one by one, and then we'll go to the final main story of the day. Let's take it one at a time. This man is so silly. He's actually funny. I needed a mental break from the Mobad issue. Yeah, this one has been sitting on my drive for a minute. That's why you saw in the beginning. I was like, "Where's this?" Okay, I found it. Every rat and cockroach on the internet is giving relationship advice. Exactly, Chinye. That's why we can't wait till December. That's why, we can't wait till December. We need to put something better out there. Okay, that's why we decided to start the pre-launch of the counseling services today. Let's see. Why would any man not want to be successful because of divorce? Baba, who hurt you? What about people like us that have to give our ex-husbands half of our retirement income? You see, and there's tons of those stories out there. This is why we have to bring it out to individual level. But let's just get through it one by one. Let's see.
Likes and commenting seriously, because all I'm talking about.
Wait.
When we are talking about these modern day women, especially the Western women, they will come out and say, "I don't talk about women with respect." Meanwhile,
they will say you don't talk about women with respect. There's a real reason why they're saying that. When a few lame men, all my brothers that are here are not lame, but it's a lot of my brothers. Numbers are increasing. Shout out to all the brothers that are always listening behind the scenes. When the few of them that we block every now and then here, when they come here and they start yanning up pata, right? if they say I take it. You know, that's their perspective. It is what it is. The reason why they are saying you talk with disrespect is because that's how they feel. And if enough people are saying that, you gotta start paying attention to that, right? If enough men are saying I don't have empathy for men, I gotta start paying attention to that. If enough women are saying wait, I have to pay attention to that, because at the end of the day, why I'm here is I want to actually help, not just go viral, right? But of course it went viral because it's on the extreme of everything he's saying, including lies. Let's continue.
Why several good women are clicking likes and commenting seriously, because all I'm talking about does not apply to them.
Exactly. Also because they haven't been on the flip side of what you are talking about, right? The only thing they can see is common sense. There's a lot of common sense women that are checked from time and says, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. That's not how it works when it comes to emotions, right? So of course some of them are going to end up and say, this man is telling the truth. He's an elderly man. Women too should like listen, women too, they do a pattern nothing. The direction that the world is moving is the direction it's moving. You can call it devolving or evolving. It's completely up to you. But that's the world you're living, and you better know how to adjust. If you don't know how to adjust, if you confuse that with conforming, you will collect. Let's continue.
These modern day women are like birds. Love them, cage them, protect them, feed them, keep them in the house. Do all.
This is the part where you guys say, why cage anybody, right? It's like you already said cage. It's like no wonder you're getting the result that you're getting. Even the language, even the words that you're using, right? So let's even say you don't mean what you mean. Well, most people think you mean what you mean. So when they respond how they respond, it's what it is, right? Well, that's their problem. No. This is your problem, because that's what you're creating this content from. People are already accusing you of being disrespectful. You collect. Let's continue.
Manners of good things for them. They still want to fly away. Because
like I said on the first episode, I said I know what he's trying to say. We do have a saying, right, that women are like cats, men are like dogs, right? Wherever you put a dog is where they stay. But it depends on what you're talking about. It depends on the context too, right? When they say women are like cats, that means they like to come and go as they please, right? And if you're able to provide that, they will tend to stay with you more, just like cats, right? They will come home. They will stay home more if you let them go and come as they please. But if you try to, like you said, put them in a cage, like a dog, obviously that's not going to work out, right? I know what he's trying to say, but again, your choices of words, it's like, do you just want to satisfy your obsession with being right, or you actually want to learn the message?
They have tasted different kind of fruits before you catch them, and that is where the problem.
That's fear mongering. Okay, there's a young, impressionable young man mind that just saw that video and said, yeah, of course, it's just my turn. It's just my turn. She's not mine. She's not yours. It's just your turn. It's like, I knew it. I knew she was cheating on me. Well, I need a DNA test. Don't joke yourself, you know. But if you need a DNA test, go and do it. Okay. I know what he's trying to say. The choice of words are all over the place. He's not going to help anybody. There's a bunch of people, lame people, that will tag on to what he's saying and think is truth because it's on the extreme.
Them lies. Imagine Steve Harvey, who is one of the top relationship coach experts we have in the world today. He has divorced twice. He is on the verge of the third divorce now.
All right, so this was the rumor that was being pushed around about 4 weeks ago, that Steve Harvey is about to divorce and stuff like that. That's what he basically tagged along on, and he's pushing that as the truth right now. Because why? Because it aligns with what he's trying to say.
At the age of 64, the wife Marjorie have filed divorce, demanding $200 million from him.
So this Baba is pushing fake news with full chest, with all confidence. Let's continue, right? Now, there's no way for him, because of, if you look at his mindset, for me, from the get-go, I knew that this is all false. It just doesn't line up with the limited information that I have. It doesn't line up that there's a divorce going on. She's seeking $200 million because it's worth $400 million. That doesn't make any sense by default, because just because it's net worth $400 million just doesn't mean that she's going to be seeking $200 million. But of course, these people, it sounds good, let's just run with it, right? But from the get-go of that news, it was obvious to me. It's the same thing with Jada Pinkett and Will Smith. It was obvious to me that these people are going to be together and people are going to keep fantasizing about them separating. Does that mean they will never separate? I didn't say that. Anything is possible, but it's not likely. Right? Let's continue.
The half net worth of Steve Harvey. Meanwhile, the crazy part is the earlier wives are coming for him, claiming he cheated with Marjorie when he was married to those ones. And
why is this Baba happy about that? Why? Because the man is a simp. Let's throw him under the bus because he's a simp, right? Feminine men everywhere, man.
Hey!
Yeah.
that is where the problem lies. I just hope this is not the end of Steve Harvey. And the problem is because he is emotional about these women more than being realistic with them.
What does that even mean? What does being emotional about this women more than being realistic? What does that even mean? I wonder what that means to him. Like, Baba, if you say somebody is emotional more than being realistic, what do you mean exactly? Like, the fact that he listens more than just shooting nonsense at them, Abi, the fact that he's emotionally aware that human beings are emotional, which one of it is emotional? Right? Because the reality actually is that human beings are emotional, right? Men or women, right? That's actually the reality, right? So when he says realistic versus emotional, like, is he a confused person?
You can imagine his Western problem. The same kind of divorce happened to Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos.
The same kind of divorce did not happen to Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos. Those were some of the most peaceful divorces ever because money is not the problem of these people. All right. And when you get to some level where money is not your issue, first of all, you don't think like a typical man anymore. You probably travel all the time. You probably spend 3 days together in any given month. Yeah. And there's no alignment between what Steve Harvey has with Marjorie and those people. But I'm trying to see what the point is. The only point I can make out of that is that, listen, money is not, which he did make that point, and he's right about that. Money is not the solution to some of these relationship problems. He's right about that part. Let's continue.
Akimi, Johnny Depp.
Did he just say Akimi? Another fake story. Let's just put that in there. Johnny Depp is real.
Liko, Gerard Piqué.
Gerard Piqué. Anyway, that's not our language. Let me leave that alone. People want Steve Harvey's marriage to go bad, so bad. But why? Because it will align with their bias. That's why. All right. A lot of people are struggling. That's an indication that a lot of people are struggling with relationships. So if another one breaks up, it's confirmation that it's not just them. They're not crazy. That's why. That's a major reason. If you're in a relationship with your wife, you better be emotionally involved with your wife. No, he said be realistic. Man, I wonder how he's marrying his wives though. May God forgive it here.
And a whole lot of other great men. If you think deeply about this divorce, it's linked to two causes. Number one,
tell us.
Women's right is the freedom to do whatever they want, and they are going to do a whole lot of disgusting things.
That's not what women's right is about. Who's going to tell him now? That's not what women's right is about. That's the misinterpretation of some women and the man that buys into it, like himself, right? But that's not what women's right. That's not what feminism is about. That there might be some waves that they are running cuckoo and stuff, but it doesn't matter. But he said women's right. That's not what women's right is about. Women's right is about women having equal rights like another human being, like having rights, okay? Having rights in society, at workplace and stuff like that, right? When it comes to romance, it's a little tricky, right? But that's something we can assess. We can have a conversation about that, right? But that's not the reason. The reason you cannot point fingers at terminologies and phrases and even marriage or social media, you can't do that. You live in this society where these things are happening. It's your responsibility to engage education, wise counsel, learn how it works in today. Some people have figured something out, but what do? You wish that their story becomes just like yours, as opposed to they know something, I need to learn everything that they know with respect to my personal story, right? Because everybody is unique, everybody is different, they have different stories, unique stories everywhere, cultures, religion, and all this kind of stuff. It's case by case by case. But what do? TikTok is giving some money out. Let's just go and generalize up there and have some lame people following us for saying the truth. Let's continue.
And number 2, divorce is profitable to women. You really need to go and check the top 10 richest women in the
Divorce is not profitable to anybody. Divorce is highly, extremely expensive. It's the most expensive experience you will ever have. It will drain you financially, it will drain you emotionally, it will drain you spiritually. And God helps you if you come out on the other side and be able to do life again, even all by yourself. It's a struggle, right? But Baba said somebody is profiting from divorce. The only people profiting from divorce is the courts, the government, because they will charge you fees here and there, and the lawyers are also profiting from divorce. Okay, those are the people profiting from divorce. Everybody involved in that family, especially the children, they will collect woto. On paper, it might seem like they got some kind of money. That money will finish, especially if they got that money and they didn't work for it. That money will finish. That money that you said Jeff Bezos gave to the wife, because she was involved in the business, she'll be fine. But if she's not involved anyway in how that money was made in the first place, she will lose all that money. Money is not your mate. Money is like energy, it's like emotions, it follows values, right? But of course, lames would think, oh, she got all that money. He was worth $200 billion, so she got $100 billion. Baba, like somebody said earlier, you're yanning opata. You don't know what is going on. You have no idea how life works. At the very least, maybe you need to go back to English class. Okay? I'm not even the best at English. I had 6.6. But come on, you gotta learn how to land your points, or at least leave some room to have conversation with people so they can correct you. Remember yesterday when I said abuse and I was thinking the other end, you guys helped me here, right? Nobody knows it all. Right? That's something I actually knew, but imagine somebody who's actually speaking with all full confidence and using words that are just all over the place and wrapping it all up and mixing it up with fake news, right? And imagine a bunch of people following that, thinking that they found something. And then we're surprised that people are suffering in relationships. I'm not surprised. I'm not. Okay?
world. About 8 of them become multi-billionaires through divorce. And that is the system the government creates in the West, destroying great men. For you people living in the West,
he's advocating for us men. Shout out to him for advocating for men. I'm a man, so shout out to him for that. That's like shout out to all the women who also advocate for men. But gentlemen, these people will not help you. Hey. If you think these people are going to help you, you will see shege. You have no idea what's coming for you. If you think these people will help you, okay?
If you are manipulated to go and sign up under that system, you are in marital jail. You need to think about it. And that is why the Western men.
So there's fear-mongering, marital jail, right? If a man is already struggling or he feels like he's collecting shege from his woman, right? He doesn't know what he's doing. Usually that's what the issue is, right? And, and then he hears this man now, says marital jail, right? He's going to be able to relate and say, Utomani, it's true, I'm in marital jail. Let me hear more of what this guy say. Yes, Western women. Oh my God, I'm stuck, right? When you start operating from that place where you feel stuck, you're not operating from, he's successfully done his job, which is fear mongering, and then the next point of actions you have is going to follow that same line, right? You will just, and then you start noticing you collect more and more. There might be some soothing feelings from listening to him temporarily, but you will continue to collect in your long term, from mid to long term, because it aligns. You already concluded that it's not just you. It's not just that you don't know what you're doing. It must be other people's fault. It must be other entities' fault, other things' fault, anything else you can point finger at, like Western world, marriage. Now, is there some dynamics about the Western world that you need to pay attention to when it comes to marriage, as opposed to living in Ondo, like that woman we covered that story earlier? Yes, there are some. Okay, but it's not what you think. It's not what this man is telling you when he's generalizing on TikTok. It's not. Okay. Because there's a good time you're modernized too. You're a modern person. You live in a modern world. So it's an oxymoron at best when you start pointing fingers at anything modern, Western. Like, you want to enjoy everything Western, but you don't want to do the work to adjust accordingly with respect to where it might be affecting other areas of life. That doesn't make any sense. Okay? That's basically witchcraft.
Not be juju be that.
It's impossible. It's impossible. You live in a Western world, you live in a modern world. So it makes sense that how things are shifting is shaking things up. The question is that, do you know what you're doing? Have you paid attention to see how it might affect how you might need to pivot, like you do in business, like anything else in life? Right? No. Let's go back to 1960 and do it like 1960. Who told you that it was better in 1960? The problems are everywhere. Either in Ondo or in Yankee, the problems are everywhere. I covered the story precisely for that reason later on. When both people too are collecting, the next story I'm going to cover is about that. Left and right, the issues are everywhere.
I'm not getting married anymore. Come to think of this.
Wait. What did he say about
marital jail? You need to think about it. And that is why the Western men are not getting married anymore.
The Western men are getting married. Okay? If there's a sector that's not getting married, that same similar sector who don't know what they're doing, who are blaming everything else for their trauma, for their problems, they are also in Nigeria. They are also not getting married. Okay? Nobody wants them. Ouch. I know. Ouch. I know. I'm sorry. Yeah. Nobody wants them. If somebody makes them feel validated enough and they want that person, they will sign those papers. Literally. In a heartbeat. The simping then will come right to the surface. They will sign paper without paying attention to this person they are signing with. Maybe that person is very good at soft voice, sounding all feminine on the internet. They will marry that person before they start to see real life shaggy again. Just like everybody else.
Sorry.
Because they thought it's simple. Some of them are running to Brazil, want to go to Ghana, go to Uganda, go and find feminine women. I have a suggestion for you. Go to Ondo town.
Come to think of this, did you really wonder why this kind of divorce doesn't happen in the Arabian world and the rest of the world?
Another fake news. He's pushing everything. He's been listening too much to Manosphere from the woods of Ogbomosho. Where is it? Let me see. I'm trying to see the background. He might be in Yankee somewhere, but this man's mind is in Ogbomosho. His mindset is stuck in Ogbomosho. His mindset is stuck in Ogbomosho. He can't, but he's watching. He has data. Wherever he's at, he has enough data. He's watching the Manosphere. He's repeating their talking points using traditional Yoruba English language. And of course, a bunch of names are following that. But I'm here for it. Whenever I see anything funny like this, I'll bring it.
It is because they are fully aware that women are need to show the two sides of masculine energy.
The two sides of masculine energy. This is trying to adjust masculine energy to fit his rhetorics. And watch, he's going to try it right now. He's going to try it.
And that is when she is doing the wrong thing, scold her. If he's doing the right thing, love her, show her.
So if he's doing the wrong thing, you scold her. If he's doing the right thing, you love her, right? All right, there's a difference between scolding and correction, okay? I'm not talking about dictionary meaning either, okay? There's a difference between, there might be even a nicer word than correction, right? Okay, because if you're coming off as you're correcting to, basically the same reason why you were attracted to that person, you end up resenting them, okay? Because they want you to be, yes, homie, lovers, and friend. They're your friend, they're your homies. But let's go. Do you scold your homies? If your homie is doing something wrong, what do? Do you scold them, right? If your lover is doing something wrong, what do? Do you scold them, right? If your friend is doing something wrong, what do? Do you scold them? Okay, right. Where we're coming from in Nigeria, the Nigerian traditional background, even in the South here, right? When your children do something wrong, you take out the whip and the switch and you show them shaggy, right? That's what that sounded like. But we're not emotional people. You know what I mean? No, we don't know what you mean, bro. Majority of people don't know what you mean, bro. It's only lame people that will be able to relate to what you're talking about, because they are collecting shaggy and they're trying to figure it out, but they keep going to the wrong places for solutions. So no, you can't scold. Like, I wouldn't want my wife to. A lot of women do that. They scold their husband, and they collect. They don't know how to talk to their husband like a homie, a lover, and a friend. A lot of women make the same mistake. It's just that's usually mixing with she's angry, she's upset, so like maybe But a lot of women do that too, and it's still just as wrong. You're disconnected from the fact that this is supposed to be a romantic relationship, and clearly you're terrible at communication skills, effective communication skills. So when you see that your own communication style is not working, you settle for scolding. Let's take out the switch. And it's actually worse when it's verbal switch. You don't know how to talk to your partner, your romantic partner precisely. So when that person loses their cool and they start talking at you, start calling each other names, you now come to the internet and say, yeah, but that's all I did. I just tried to correct her. This woman are just modern. You can't do correction anymore. No, you don't know how to talk. Just like this Baba is demonstrating right here on the internet. Scold her. Okay, good luck with that. Okay, listen to me carefully. He can scold you from TikTok. If you take it back to your house, you will collect. Man or woman, you will collect.
Sorry.
Okay, and that's if you're lucky. Okay, that's if you're lucky. If you're actually not lucky, you sit down there in that and you'll be showing each other emotional shaggy, and you still be disconnected from reality, which is emotions. You don't know how to manage your own emotions. How can you manage another person's emotions? You have no emotional self-control. You can't be in a marriage, okay, or anything long-term relationship, okay. You might even be a fine person. You attract everything you want. Everybody wants you, but they don't last. Because eventually your true self will show up.
Affection, praise her, and that is true.
He's mixing it with praise her so that it can sound like it makes sense. He's doing the balance thing. Let me balance it so that this is what the links are. Let's balance it so it makes sense. All right, on paper, on video, this makes sense. In reality, it does not make sense. Okay, what she will remember for the most part is the tongue lashing. That's all she will remember. The experience is what she remembers. Okay, and if it's negative, it carries more weight. Welcome to the real world. This is human beings. Okay, if it's negative in how she sees it or he sees it, that's what carries more weight. That's all they remember. That's what we take over. And the reality is that there were some good times, but that's not how the human brain works. You have to be extremely intentional to remember the good times when there's a healthy amount of negative vibes going on. You don't have to do much work. You remember that. You don't have to do much brain work You just remember the negative experiences. That's just how it works. That's the reality. Okay? And if you think otherwise, you have unrealistic expectations, and you too will collect.
He's doing the right thing. Love her, show her affection, praise her, and that is true. But in the West, you dare not show the other side.
Masculine energy is a moving target, but what we know that it does overall, okay, what it is cool, calm, and collected. That's number one. It's not about you can't correct your wife. You can correct your wife, but if you're coming off as, if you're using manipulative methods and controlling behavior, particularly if she receives it that way, forget your intentions. Your intentions, konitomo. If she receives it that way, your own wife, if she receives it that way, right? If she receives a manipulative, and you can't figure that out, and you run to the internet and say she's just modern woman, that's your feminine energy crying out loud. Just so you know. That's just your feminine energy, and you know you are collecting shege from a woman. It is what it is. She doesn't feel safe, she's gonna attempt to protect herself. It's just how it works. Okay, so that's number one. So it's cool, calm, and collected. It provides safety, security. You provide the seed. The masculine energy sets the tone. The feminine energy makes a home out of it. That's the way it works. He said these two sides, he's trying to make it black and white. What do we know about black and white? Black and white when it comes to especially romantic relationships. Yeah, it doesn't add up. All right, so it started to do the two sides. The two sides is that you get angry with your wife and scold her. The other side is that, you know, no. The side of that masculine, if it's anything at all, is when you're sure of yourself. You don't need to use manipulative. You don't need to use manipulative and controlling behavior, controlling tactics. You don't have to use. You're too sure of yourself. Okay, you bring safety, security, structure, order. Your presence brings that, not your mouth. Your mouth, you don't need to, if you're having to use your mouth to bring masculine energy, you're overworking yourself. It's not sustainable. Okay, and it's a lie at best. You're lying to yourself.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
They can sniff you out. Okay, and these modern women, oh yeah, they will show you shaggy.
Hey! Yo!
Including the one that calls themselves traditional, especially them, the one that call themselves traditional, especially the one that are making TikTok videos. Okay, just wait until you start sleeping with them in bed. That's when you will see. You don't know women. Let's continue. This Baba has no idea. He think he can use his mouth to control women.
My dear brother, these are the 5 moral lessons I want you to grab in this video. Number 1.
5 moral lessons.
Money cannot buy a woman.
That is a fact. I agree with him on that. The way he made the case down here is all garbage. But money cannot buy a woman. Temporarily, yes. Okay, but you know, you get the gist.
It can only attract them. You need to act smart.
Okay, he
Number
got
2,
one thing right.
Sex cannot keep a man. He can enjoy it. And
wait, I thought the lesson was for brothers. By the way, gentlemen, is he telling the truth? Some of you, sex can keep you around for a long time, and you don't know how to. You don't have any self-value because you're getting good sex. You don't know how to say no, I don't want that, baby, right? Because you're afraid that somebody will take those sex away. Yeah. Is he telling the truth? Okay. This Baba is confused. The second tip is for a woman, and the first tip is for a man. Okay, maybe for everybody. Let's continue.
still dump you. Your loyalty, your behavior, your empathy will do more than the sex will do for you. Number 3, everything that guilt us are not good. Number 4.
On point.
The women's right is the license for women to do all manners of disgusting things in the West.
This is also insinuating that women don't have willpower. This is where they fail. Okay, they do. Okay, just FYI, you know, it's just the woman's right. Never mind how she was raised. Never mind all the other values, religious value, cultural value that she brings to the table, just like you. Some of them even lacking the skills and the game to stay in a relationship with a man too, right? Never mind all of that. It's just the woman's right that will cause problems. About you're blaming the internet for your problems. That's that's your responsibility. The internet, women's rights, equality, particularly outside of romantic relationships, it's not going anywhere. It's the reality of the world you live in. And the earlier you can pivot, the better experience you will have in this life. And it's actually going to be worse for you if you keep confusing that with conformity. Let's continue.
Think deeply. Number 5. This is for you guys living in the West. It is stupid
Us.
to lose your hard-earned money to disloyal woman. And that is why you really need to plan ahead of time.
That means operate out of fear. Look for red flags everywhere. You have a book coming out called The Number 1 Red Flag. Okay. Start looking for red flag everywhere, right? And then he said they're no longer married because they're scared shitless. Okay. They're scared. I want to make this is how they say it. They say, I want to make sure. I just want to make sure that, bruh. No, you don't. Okay? You're just not hot in this marketplace. Nobody's tickling your fancy that much. Okay? And the ones that are at your level, that are vibrating with you at that level, you say you don't want. Because they come off as masculine. Well, because they feel they need to protect themselves. But they still show interest in you now, but you say, no, you don't want masculine women. You want the one that's preaching to you on the internet, that's pandering to you on the internet. Right? That one doesn't want you either because she can smell that you're weak. Ouch. Maybe I'm fear-mongering myself too. Maybe.
Don't get manipulated to go and get married under Western law or go and sign up. My girl.
So the major problem with relationships is people not knowing how to handle crisis. It's not, everybody are very quick to say, did you not see this? Did you ignore the signs? Like everybody who is in love ignores signs. That's 2 get 2. Everybody, that's equal across the board. So that's not the issue. If it's equal across the board, that becomes not the issue. Okay? Anyone who is in love, they're not ignoring signs. They can't see signs. They're in love. The issue is mainly when people end up in inevitable crisis, they don't know how to handle it. So the people he's preaching into right now, they're already married and they don't want to escape. They want to keep their home together. Some of them are confused. Like, I shouldn't have married, but I'm married, but I love marriage. But some of them are in love with marriage, but they resent a part of them that is in love with marriage. So they're confused at best, right? But they will keep coming back and keep watching. So the engagement is high, so Baba will blow up on TikTok. Okay? These are the issues.
Brother, just pray you are not successful. Once you are successful.
How do you pray that you're not successful? Because you're scared of women? Oh, baby. Pray that you're not successful because of women. Not modern women. They're all modern women, by the way. Pray that you're not successful. Imagine if you treated your business, your career that way. You're just afraid. Imagine that.
You know what is coming for you. Because divorce is profitable to women. Only few of them are good women. Majority of them.
If only few of them are good women, when I don't enter one chance be that. No be so. So all the advice he gave before must be useless. If only few of them are good women.
A product of single mother with no future plan.
Even single mother collect straight bullet. This mouth. Anyway, why you die?
Oh my days, I
didn't even hear that part in the first time.
You need to act smart. Be the real man. May God bless you.
All right, let's just leave this baba alone. Let me come to the chat really quickly, and then so we can go to the last story of the day. We're gonna end on time, by the way. Shout out to you, Latu. Welcome, Latu. Wicked people everywhere. Then that person will show them shege. Yes. If you don't have the skills, you will collect shege. Shege, there's free shege everywhere. Everywhere, there's free shege everywhere. Especially if you don't know what you're doing, you will collect shege. Romantic relationship is not anybody's mate. It ruffles feathers. When you are doing any collaborative effort with human beings, it will create friction. So when you mix that up with the emotions that come with a typical romantic relationship, and when you have two people try to lead at the same time, or you have no one leading, it's a completely bad idea, right? She's not a child. You're scolding. Correct them with love. Yeah, you could correct with love, right? You correct with love, that takes a... In fact, sometimes when you correct with love, your wife can tell that you are trying to come from an angle. She can smell it. She knows you very well. She knows that you're trying with love, but she knows what you're trying to do. Because probably the first time you're trying to correct with love, she can sniff it out. And now your patience is being tested. Can you sustain that moment? Right? Can you? Yeah, it's a moving target. I keep telling you, it's a moving target. It's not, common sense will not help you in any of this, okay? What will help you is coaching. I said coaching, practice. Anything you do in less than 90 days, you can't change your bad habits. Your bad habits are your bad habits. That means all of us, right? Our bad habits, you can't change it unless you're engaged in new practices. Extremely, for every time you skip a step, you go back 6 months. You start all over again. 9 months. 10,000 hours. Not 10,000 hours. Okay? Like anything else in life that's worthwhile, right? But no. That's just right. That one is wrong. We're all wrong, all of us. Shout out, Ichi said it's wrong. I don't know what she's saying is wrong. Oh, if you scold your grown wife, it will not be received well. So it says wrong. Tongue lashing. Yeah, that's even worse. That's actually worse. That's what they call verbal abuse, right? It's actually worse because at least, none of it is good. Let's just say that. We can see right through him. And these are the type of old men they are schooling these boys. Yeah. Negative wipes off all the wonderful times. Unfortunately, that's the reality of how our brain works. That's the reality. Okay? So the only thing we can do about that is, first of all, be aware. Number 2, learn some new skills. Okay? Gratitude. A lot of gratitude. Lots of like, as much as we hear gratitude in church, we're ingrates. Be clear. Human beings are ingrate. Okay? It's never enough. Okay? So it's not just a thing of 2023. It's just magnified because of social media and it's getting worse, But it's human behavior. Okay? It's human behavior. Intentions down in the quarter. Ola, they will fight you for calling it feminine energy. It's feminine energy. Feminine energy is chaotic. It's chaotic, especially when you try to mix it with other feminine energy. It's just, it's going to be fireworks everywhere. It's chaotic. Feminine energy is a beautiful thing. Have you ever seen beautiful fireworks, right? That's because somebody is sitting down and saying that it's beautiful, right? But if it's being done and the city is not aware of, the city was like, no, you can't do that. We need to know when you're doing that, because if it goes out of control, you will see shaggy. That's women. All right. She said occurring. Go to Auntie B's platform to hear occurring. He did all this messiah and came in the end and gave some points that are disjointed from the ridiculous point he was making. We can see through it. All right. And guess what? Remember, the human mind remembers all the negative stuff more. The point is given which money cannot buy. The men that resonate with that video more, they still won't listen to that. Many of them are paying some girl's school fees and that girl doesn't like them right now as we speak. And that girl is telling him in all types of ways that I don't like you like that. But if you want to spend money, feel free. But it's like, maybe I have a chance. And then tomorrow you wake up in the morning, then he hates himself. He resents it all over again. Just like the video is disjointed, that's how their life is disjointed. At least when it comes to romantic relationships. Many of these people are very smart people, doctors, lawyers, as professionals, engineers, software engineers, many of them are. Okay, let's not get it twisted. Okay, I respect a lot of these people when it comes to their professional life, but when you bring it down to a romantic relationship, it's like, you know, and it's very confusing because they're very smart people. So you're like, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but your results are disjointed. Anyway, let's continue. Ola, that's not how to live, man. Well, some of these men see women as brainless. Yeah, that's confusion because now they want to have sex with women. That's where the confusion is coming from, right? After pandering to you, they will show you shiggy. Yes, precisely. Okay. Sorry. So they are good men. Now, women, continue. Listen, we'll keep talking about it. Let's get into the last story of the day. We're gonna finish on time, actually. Okay. Let me see here. What's going on here? Okay. Yeah. I'll be right back. Okay. All right, welcome back. We're going to talk about I keep forgetting the name. I wasn't really familiar with them before today. Sophie and Josh Jonas. Yes, Sophie and Josh Jonas. Apparently, this guy filed for divorce some few weeks ago, I guess. He's a singer, and she's one of the actresses in Game of Thrones, which I don't watch. I'm not watching Game of Thrones because by the time I started hearing noise about it and everybody's saying Game of Thrones, by that time I'm like, I'm not going back to start following the story. Like, I'm not doing that. So for life. So I'll never be able to relate with you with regards to Game of Thrones. I believe it's probably a show that I needed to give attention to. I love Power. I love watching Power. For obvious reasons. Power, right? So, but whenever I'm watching Power, I need to engage. I need to pay attention. I can't just watch it on the. Most of the shows I watch are shows that I watch, just as I'm just doing other things on the laptop and stuff like that. I'm watching, I'm catching my ears. Sometimes my wife is like, you didn't pay attention. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. Just tell me, what did they say? Yeah, I can catch on really quickly, So, but this guy right here, I saw it on Us Weekly and some other news platform today. Is getting messy. Apparently, he filed for divorce. They have children. They live in both New York and in the UK. And there's a tussle back and forth now on who's going to have the children. Should the children live more in UK? Should they live more in New York? They're superstars. They're rock stars. They're extremely popular, it looks like. The Jonas brothers, I don't listen to whatever they do. Okay. I'm only interested in this story because of marriage, divorce, and some of the lessons we can extract out of it. And today I was able to extract maybe 5 lessons, and then we're going to talk about prevention in a few minutes. And then we'll wrap up for the day. But before we do that, I'm just going to go into this Us Weekly article. It says, Inside Jonas and Sophie Turner's Messy Divorce. It's on usmagazine.com. It says on September 18, exes Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas were spotted getting lunch together with their 2 young daughters, Momofuku Noodle Bar, uptown in New York City. According to reports, despite Jonas having filed for divorce on September 5, that's about 22 days ago, the former couple seemed amicable enough as they sat alongside their kids in a booth at the casual Midtown restaurant. The united front didn't last long. Just 2 days later, Turner, who is 27 years old, sued Jonas, 34 years old, claiming their children were being wrongfully detained in the US despite her wishes to take Willa, 3 years old, and their 14-month-old, referred to by her initials DJ in court papers, to native England. So she's from England, and he seems to be from here. In response, a rep for Jonas released a statement to us saying that Turner had filed in court only to move the divorce proceedings to the UK and to remove children from the US permanently. All right. On September 25, a judge ordered Turner and Jonas to keep the kids in New York. But sources tell us, that's Us Weekly, Us Magazine, there may be no end in sight to the ongoing drama between the singer and the Game of Thrones actress. Friends are hopeful they can be mature for the sake of the kids. Good luck with that. I'm sure they have intentions to do that, but that's easier said than done. But neither one is going to acquiesce to the other. This could go on for a very long time. The battle over where to live is a big one. In her September 20 filing, that's a few days ago, Turner says she and Jonas had decided in late 2022 that they would make the UK their permanent home. And that was there now. And had found a house to buy in Oxford. Shout out to all the UK people. A second source says Jonas had agreed to relocate across the pond because he wanted to make Sophie happy. Right? Let's make her happy. Let's move across the pond. Like, it's just 6 hours, 7 hours flight away. And he supported her because that is where she wanted to live. At home. Right? This is them here again. All right. So he was trying to make her happy. A lot of people are still actively trying to make themselves happy, make their woman happy. Maybe that's not enough. Maybe he's disconnected. Maybe he doesn't know how to make her happy. Maybe he's not listening enough, right? Maybe she's just greedy, right? Whatever is going on there wasn't enough to keep them together. All right, let's continue. Now that they've split, the source says Jonas is hoping, in quotes, they can come to an amicable agreement, noting that Turner is dead set on moving to the UK full time. She's done. They had a marriage. She's probably a little on the fence. We could do 3 months here, 3 months over there. But now she's like, no. Fuck all that. Kill that shit. Right? Adds a third source. They're both laying down these aggressive legal markers, but eventually a compromise will have to be made. This is somebody's being optimistic about it, right? By most accounts, things between the pair began to go downhill about a year ago. Now, there's too much money involved. Enough money for lawyers' mouths to be watering. If you think this is going to go down amicably, good luck, okay? Good luck, okay? It's going to take everything in them, okay? Because why? There's a lot of money involved. The first source says Turner wasn't thrilled about Jonas' decision to go on tour with his brothers Nick and Kevin. Family issues, okay? Sophie didn't want to always be the Jonas brothers' wife. Wow, says the source. No, it's only Nigerians that go through in-law issue. Oyinbo people will never do that. No, they don't do that. Oyinbo people are firewood. They don't have relationships that are emotionally engaged. Right? She didn't want to go on tour and do everything together. It's not her personality, and she wanted to keep their family separate from all the Jonas brothers hoopla. The third source says Turner felt overwhelmed juggling her career, 2 babies, and Jonas' demanding schedule, right? Oyinbo people always help their wife, right? They always help their wife, right? So their mothers never have pressure. Yeah, right. Pressure everywhere. everywhere. Don't get it twisted. We're all the same people.
Everything I do, I will. Pressure to what?
Pressure to what? I'm telling you, it was hard. It was just hard. Okay, 2 babies and Jonas' demanding schedule, right? The third source says Turner, that's the woman, Sophie Turner, felt overwhelmed juggling her career, 2 babies, and Jonas' demanding schedule. Being a mom on the road is not easy, even when you have unlimited resources. Well, there's no such thing as unlimited resources. It's all limited resources, which is why you need to learn how to manage them. And especially when marriage and relationships are involved. Oh yeah, the emotional part of it too. Emotions will drain you, will drain your emotional resources, right? So of course you need to learn how to manage them too. There's only so much you can give. So if you're not managing the flow, yeah, messy. So even when you have unlimited resources, what does that? Even money is limited. Even money self is limited. And if that money is unlimited, there's only so much. Money has limitations in terms of how it can help you, right? Especially when it's everywhere, right? Anything that's readily available is taken for granted. So if the money is everywhere anyhow, you start looking for other things. Okay, what did Markin say when he was here? Markin Bola's husband, right? He said, the only thing we all want what we can't have. That's the reality. Okay. So even when it's seemingly unlimited resource to other people, to you, you're like, he bought me a Range Rover, and that means he can't help me with the children. We have a whole big old mansion, and so that means he can't. Like, I'm just tired. I'm exhausted. In fact, and then she will forget that they both abuse each other verbally. She'll be like, he's verbally abusing me. Yeah. Right? Because she can only she's on the receiving end of verbal abuse, right? And he's probably processing those own differently. It's like, yeah, she'll be all right. I'm just going to make her happy. Let's just buy a home in UK. I'll go and come as I wish. But it's still not enough. Right? It's a bunch of people that don't know what they're doing. Can you imagine a Jonas brother, based on what I'm seeing right now, extremely popular guy, you're going to tell him to go to school for 90 days to learn how marriage works. He's like, let's just get married in Vegas. What are you talking about? Right? I don't know if that's what they did. I'm just saying something of that nature. It was just hard for them to settle into a regular routine because of Joe's career, especially. All right. So there you have it. Let me show you a picture of them on stage. Some of you might be familiar with them. I didn't know them. I did not know those guys. Back in March, they were spotted looking miserable together at an industry party. Sophie says Joe was too controlling. Controlling behavior everywhere. Joe was too controlling. We're rounding up. Says a fourth source. She also said Joe liked to flirt a little too much while out in public. But then he wouldn't like it when she would get too close to her male friends. It was clear their marriage was crumbling. Okay, so he's a cheater too. No surprise there. Again, access to everything is taken for granted, right? When you have it. Turner fans have accused Jonas of spreading false rumors about the actress, with anonymous sources telling various outlets that Turner is a party girl. Oh, so she's been accused of being for the streets. Jonas seemed to address the backlash against him during September 9 concert in LA, telling the crowd, if you don't hear it from these lips, don't believe it. Okay? So he's saying, I didn't say that, right? Sophie was essentially painted as a party animal, says the third source. She was shocked and hurt. As for Turner's claims, she found out about the divorce through the media because he filed for divorce. He's probably like, I'm just going to go ahead and be one of the 20% that file for divorce, okay? As a man, all right? Had discussed it prior. It's not true that she learned about it in the press. That's what they're saying. They said it's not true. They have discussed it prior. You know, when people are in a marriage, you say, well, I think I want a divorce. they don't really feel like they mean it until it's actually filed. They never feel like they mean it, right? So oftentimes you're going to hear a lot of people say, well, I found out in the media. Well, you threatened each other with divorce before. They can claim that they've discussed it with you in the past. And especially if you haven't been having sex for a while. You know, they have 2 young babies too, 14-month-old. Sophie was essentially painted as a party animal. Yet another report claimed Jonas had discovered something scandalous via footage from their security camera at home prior to filing for divorce. The first source says the camera caught Turner saying some not so nice things about Jonas to a pal. Well, I'm not surprised. They are going through it, so of course she's saying something not so nice, okay? It wasn't anything more than that, the source says, but that was the final straw. It was like, okay, that's it, I'm done. It's over. Okay. For now, Turner and Jonas are speaking through their lawyers. Ouch. That means that divorce is going to be nasty. Potentially going to be nasty. Okay. Sophie is focused on motherhood, co-parenting her girls with Joe, and her work projects in that order, says the first source. She didn't plan on being a single mom, but that's what's happening, so she's making the best of it. Jonas is leaning on his family. They know that this divorce was not an easy decision for him, and they're supporting him in any and every way they can. Shares a 50 source. There's 5 people talking about these people, and it's not just them, right? His brother's wives, all these people are trying to remain neutral. They are being supportive of both of them, says the second source. It's a difficult time. They are very busy, but with Sophie and Jonah, the best in working it out. But wish Sophie and Joe the best in working it out. One thing everyone can agree on is that the kids deserve the best outcome. The most important thing for Joe and Sophie is the well-being and happiness of the children. So that's what they're putting all their effort into, says the fifth source. At the end of the day, they both want resolution. Right, everybody wants resolution. Are they equipped? Are they equipped with the skills? Are they equipped with the tools to make that happen? The answer is probably no. Right? The answer is probably no. The lawyers are going to be whispering in their ears. Okay? They're going to be saying all kind of stuff. Well, you want to protect your interest. Well, did you know this, that, did you know the other lawyers do that? They're going to try to do this. So we need to do this first. They're going to do this. So let's go higher first. You know, like the $200 million story that the brother was talking about. Sometimes they'll go higher in how much they require because they know they're going to negotiate down, or the judge is not going to give them everything. But what everybody runs with is the big money that he asked for, right? And then he resents, or she resents, you know, either way. But these are the 5 things I want you to pay attention to with regards to some of the 5 predicaments that a lot of people do. They don't necessarily think about when they're in a funky place, potential divorce. A lot of people, they don't necessarily think about some of these things ahead of time, right? They're just caught up in their emotions, right? So they're fighting, quote unquote, fair, but effectively unfair as far as the other person feels, right? But the number one thing that really causes a lot of people heartache, and when it comes to resentments, is the child custody dispute, right? So for example, in their case, she wants to go to London, he wants to stay in New York, and now the resentment is 10,000 times more because a judge has now said she can't go anywhere with the kids after she filed that she should be able to take them permanently to UK. So imagine, so the judge does not care about your emotions, just care about the children, right? Number 2, for them in particular, public accusations and rumors. You might think this is just celebrities, but even at our regular daily life, when we're going through this kind of events, people tend to want to talk. They're looking for someone to hear their own side of the stories. They become obsessed with shalaye, right? Why? Because they are concerned about what other people think. What would this person say? So any chance they get to explain themselves all over again, they start all over again, right? That's how it happens at a regular level. But at celebrity level, the public accusations and rumors will take a toll on them. Number 3, career and family conflicts. It's everywhere. It's not just, the idea of monster-in-law is not just Nigerians. I don't know where we get the idea from. I think I know. Everybody think it's just their own group of people, right? Everybody think it's just our own group of people. They don't do this in China. Who told you that? Anyway, they don't do this. What did Baba say? Baba, what's his name? I forgot his name. He said in the Arabian country, they don't do this kind of stuff. Baba doesn't know what he doesn't know. My cousin was just here. My cousin Yemi is supposed to come on the show, but hopefully he will come on the show at some point. He lives in Israel/Dubai, and it's all cap, okay? Because everybody feels like everybody's just covering themselves, and women are, it's like, no, it's a lie. It's a lie. Okay? Now for me, it makes sense that it's a lie. It makes sense that it's a lie that everybody's just killing themselves on the street of Nigeria. No, that's a lie, right? But is that what we tend to see on the news? Is that what makes news? Yes. Can that control how you think about these things? Yes, you need to be aware. Anyway, so that's number 3. Career and family conflict is everywhere. Clashing priorities. It creates clashing priorities when there's a divorce going on. And please don't expect anybody to be fair to you. You should assume that they're trying to be fair to you, but it just doesn't come off as fair. I know that's very hard to believe. Okay, you're right. They're evil. They're shaggy. Because there's a fight going on, of course, right? Legal fight. Okay. So, relationship control and trust, right? You can't trust that person. They filed for divorce. How can you trust them? They told you it was going to be forever. How can you trust them? Even if it's for good reasons, you can't trust them. Number 5, the one that should actually be number 1, the emotional toll on children. All right. Yet, 14 months young, 2 years old, they know. They know what's going on. They can feel it. They know. And unfortunately, they will feel that impact as well. Okay. So number 1, child custody disputes, the custody battles, especially when you had relocation to that layer, they're going to drag themselves. Okay. Especially legally, and you cannot disconnect legally from. It's personal. Okay. It's personal. Public accusations. They're already talking about infidelity. They're talking about they are listening to stuff on all that stuff. You might be like, oh, they just news. They shouldn't read the news. It will haunt them. Okay. Career and family conflicts. Yes, family also causes trouble for white people. Just in case you didn't know. Okay. There's evil people everywhere. Maybe you think they're evil people. They're everywhere. Okay. All right. Relationship control and trust, of course. Now you feel like you're not in control of your life. This legal custody battle is going to control your life for a while before you find a place to settle. And last but not least, emotional toll on children. That's real. Okay, those children will have to manage that when they become adults, but they're gonna have to manage all of that because they're still very, very young. All right, so hit that like button, share, subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow. Okay, we'll see what to do about our thumbnail tomorrow. Don't worry, tomorrow I'll make the thumbnail Yule Doche /Mobad who can I /portable, right? Right, I'll make it /portable, right? I'll make it /daddy freeze, something dramatic, right? Yeah, we'll do that so we can bring everybody in. But shout out to all 11 of you watching me. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You know why we're here. We're here for serious business. Okay, so, and like I said, if you need counseling, you can go to counseling99.com. counseling99.com. That's 1 L, by the way. counseling99.com. Go explore that. Go check it out. We'll put more information up there later on, but you can sign up right away if you want. All right. But yeah, that's all we have for today. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. We'll see you on the next one. Peace. Oh.
really missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One loving up, we done enough.